All right, I'd like to call to order the Muskegon County Board of Commissioners Ways and Means Committee meeting. Yeah, it's going on July 13th, 2021, and it is what, 4:03 p.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Hubby Wright.
Here.
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Laring.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Pego.
Here.
Chairman Skolnick.
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Here.
Commissioner Seer.
Here. I'd like to have an approval of the June 22nd, 2021 minutes.
So moved.
Support. Motion and support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
You can do a voice vote on that.
Can we do voice vote? Sure, let's do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, item number 4, public comment on an agenda item only. You have 2 minutes, I believe. And is there any public comment on an agenda item only?
Leave it at the podium here. We'll flush afterwards.
Hello, thank you for this time. My name is Sandra Kemp. I live at 713 Fowler Street. And I'd like to speak to you about the agenda in regards to censure of Zach Marvin, Commissioner Marvin.
That's a different.
A different
Yes,
meeting,
different
different
committee.
meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry, I came back.
We'll call you back.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. No problem.
Anybody else?
I have a question then.
Okay,
I've got human services and number 7 is censure.
okay,
Yeah,
not-
but
we're
we're-
on Ways and Means right now, Penny.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We'll call you.
Sorry.
Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, items for,
We do have a Zoom hand up.
oh, we do, okay, I can't.
I'm not sure if it's for this meeting yet.
On Zoom, phone
292.
number ending 292. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I see resolution number 73 to approve the casino. I would like to offer my support for that. Please go ahead and approve that for the casino coming in. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any more?
I do not.
Let's see more. Okay, moving on to item number 5, items for consideration, number WM 21/07-70.
Chair, excuse me, sorry. I have to recuse myself from voting from number 73. I just need to let you know I will not be able to vote or participate in discussions on that. Just to let you know that ahead of time.
Okay, thank you. Where was I? Number 70, to approve payment of the accounts payable of $11,861,331.85, covering the period from June 11th, 2021 through June 24th, 2021 for checks and P-card and EFT payments for the period covering May 1st through May 31st, 2021, as presented by the county clerk.
So moved. That'll be great.
A motion and support. Any questions, comments, or concerns on this item? Hearing none, roll call.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
just
Go
for
ahead.
clarification, was that on which item?
Item 70.
Okay, all right.
Roll call.
Yes.
Thank you.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Pego.
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Hubby Wright.
Yes.
Commissioner Seer.
Yes, and that item passes. The next item, WM 21/07-71, to approve renewal of assessment administration services provided by the Equalization Department to the City of Muskegon, and authorize the chair of the County Board of Commissioners to execute an agreement prepared by the Equalization Department to provide the services.
So moved.
Do we have a motion and support? Any questions, comments, concerns on this item? Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Do you want a roll call or a voice vote? You can do voice vote unless it's money.
Okay. Voice vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That item passes. Okay, where do I do a voice vote versus a roll vote?
If it has to do with money.
There's no money involved here? Okay. All right, the next item would be WM 21/07-72 to authorize Muskegon County Department of Veterans Affairs personnel to apply for the fiscal year 2022 State of Michigan County Veteran Service Fund grant.
So moved, Hubby, right?
Have a motion and support on that item. Any questions, concerns on that item? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That item passes. The next item is WM 21/07-73 to approve the Muskegon County resolution supporting Little River Band of Ottawa Indians Casino in Muskegon County, urging Governor Gretchen Whitmer, the Michigan Senate, and the Michigan House of Representatives to approve the tribe's request to build their casino in Muskegon County.
So moved.
I have a motion and support. Any questions, concerns?
I have a question, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Larry.
What is the reason we keep doing this year after year? Trying to, last year we passed a motion trying to get it through the House and the Senate. Just wondering what the value of doing this year after year is.
Thank you. We also have Larry Romeo can help answer this question, but my thought on it is if he's put in front of the governor, they're getting a lot of, let's say negative, but opposed to this from the east side, and they're asking for us to continue doing this to help put it in front of the governor, showing our support. That our support has not changed from, we're doing this 9 years now,
Yeah.
not longer.
Yeah.
That we continue each year showing that we still can support it.
This will be the first one since it's actually moved out of the federal government into the state.
So this is the first time there's 4, maybe 3 commissioners that ever had the opportunity to vote on this.
Didn't we just do this last September or?
No.
Mr. Lukens, you
not
know
at
the
this
last time we did
stage.
this?
It wasn't at the governor's seat.
No, I
That
know, but
stage.
we just sent the same letter of support. It seemed like after it came out of federal court, which isn't that correct? We just did this.
We did do that for that, but like I say, what he's saying is exactly right. It's at the governor's seat now. And we've gotten a lot of opposition from different casinos, and especially from the east side. And they don't want to see this happen, which I'm kind of upset about because we got some good relationship with some people in those areas, but and then they have the online gambling going on, which is not part of what we're doing. But anything that we can do to send something in to, urge the governor to move forward with that is going to be beneficial for us in Muskegon County. And we don't want too much influence just in one direction. So we need to send our own resolution to let her know we're looking at this and we'd like to see it done. I asked that question a long time ago about resolutions. I don't know if Bob remembers that because somebody asked that question a long time ago. And talking with different state representatives and people in Lansing, they said, yeah, those are very influential because those names and those signatures coming to them directly signifies that they know we're representing a lot of people in this area who are supporting this.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. A no for me.
And then the minutes have to reflect that Commissioner Pego had a conflict of interest disclosed. Just so there's no indication that she's either voted on the matter or participated in the discussion.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just,
Go ahead.
just,
Did you say you were a no?
That's correct.
so there is a procedure for roll call, and it's correct that there's a roll call must be taken for the expenditure of money or for approval of the budget. But any member of the commission can also ask for a request a roll call vote as well.
Okay, I see. All right. Okay, item number 6 is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Hearing none, item 7 is for new business. Is there any new business?
We do have an item here that we want to update the board on. And if Mr. Lukens to come forward. He's been working on this agreement all last week. I missed a couple of days last week, so I'm going to ask him to give an update on the latest of our contract.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Bob Lukens, Community Development Director. Mr. Terry Bohr, whom some of you may know, the owner of Executive Air and Fly By Air, has been presented with an offer to purchase his business by a company called Flight Level Aviation. And we have representatives from Executive Air on the Zoom now and Flight Level Aviation that can answer any questions that you may have. But the idea is to combine, what we're working on now is combining the FBO and ground leases into one master document. And when that is completed, we will bring that to the board for approval. So we just wanted to make you aware that this transaction is in the process right now. And if you have any questions, they are available on Zoom and will be available Thursday if necessary at full board.
Mr. Lukens, I'd just like to bring, in that document, I think there should be a provision, and I haven't read it in detail, that the banks and lien holders specifically be paid off. Is that part of the agreement?
I believe it is, yes, it is.
Okay.
That was kind of my question too. I know that Executive Air was behind on their rent to us. They will be getting current before they let this go through to that.
Yes, that has been, they've been caught up.
Oh, they are caught up. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So we're in good shape.
And the new firm has also asked that request of all those, any outstanding debt be resolved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
We do have a hand up by Terry Bohr, if you entertain that question. The gentleman who owns Fly By Air. Yes.
You would like to speak? Is
Executive Air,
that-
yes.
Okay, that's fine if you'd like to do that. Sure.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to point out that we are in this process of combining the ground lease and the FBO arrangement or lease together. However, it's our intent, because it's now a situation that's become public, that we close the transaction as soon as possible. So what we would ask of you guys and the county board is that we could potentially get a approval subject to the combined lease being signed by the chairman, so that we don't have to wait another month to move forward on this transaction.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would be uncomfortable signing a lease I haven't, approving a lease I haven't seen.
So you would not be approving it. You would just be approving the sale subject to the lease being approved by and signed by the county board.
So what staff is doing on this? Our attorneys have been negotiating back and forth, finalizing the language. The idea, if it was done last week, we would have had it on the agenda for you to review the contract. We can send out the draft contract, but it's not finalized. And our full board is Thursday due to last week's holiday. We push things, so we only have 2 days to get something approved. I'm not asking you to approve something you read, but that's kind of the predicament we're in. The next full board. Still a couple weeks out, actually.
Well, I would propose one other option, and that would be that we just do an assignment of the existing lease. And then we can sign a new lease when the board is ready.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I'd like to just
Chairman Skolnick.
see if our corporate counsel has an opinion.
Yeah, I would like to hear from.
Well, I know I talked to Scott Hogan today. Scott Hogan is one of our real estate lawyers working with Mr. Lukens on this. And he indicated today, I left, that you should have a draft or a revised draft out by tomorrow. So I have not reviewed it yet. So, you know, at this point, I think we just need to wait for the draft lease agreement so we can distribute it. I'm happy to distribute it to the Board of Commissioners tomorrow.
Okay, so once we see the draft, what you're saying is then by full board on Thursday, we could possibly vote on it, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I actually move it forward today.
Correct.
Well,
You can vote.
I would put it under my
Yeah, it
report
could be under his.
and then review it if you feel comfortable with it after answering all these questions. The same gentleman from Flight Level Aviation will probably be here as well. Alan and Peter will both be here as well.
Okay.
So we can flush it out more if need be.
Okay,
So this is not a final vote.
correct. Okay, do we have to have a motion then today to do anything with it? Go ahead.
We could call a special meeting. I don't want this moved up because it's a long-term agreement.
Well, if it's to us by tomorrow, we should be able to make a decision, look at it and enough to make.
Yeah, if we have
Decision on Thursday.
discrepancies at full board on Thursday, then we could call a special meeting at a later date if needed.
Right, we don't need to know.
Right.
Yeah, might be good to have plan A and plan B.
And I'll talk to Scott Hogan from my office to see if he can be here on Thursday. Because I actually am unavailable on Thursday.
Yes, please.
So given the rule that it has to be approved by committee and then go to full board, how do we deal with that?
It doesn't, if it's under Mark's report.
I'll bring it up under my report.
Oh, and then it doesn't have to go to committee. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of really discussing it today. I had a feeling it'd be done. I know they want it done. They're excited to come into Muskegon County and really build up the aviation part of it. So I want to at least discuss it today with the board and let you know that it could come up Thursday.
Okay, so we don't have to really do anything right now. Okay, all right. Any other new business? Hearing none, we're at item number 8, which is public comment. Is there any public comment at this time?
There is a 292 number.
292, go ahead.
Yes, hello. I have a few comments and questions, and I realize you don't answer questions. But what I'd like to know is in your final board comments of maybe sometime you could address some of these questions that we have from the public. My first comment would be about Clerk Waters and the vendor, if she selected that yet, or how far she's gotten on that. 2, I'd also recommend that maybe we need a resolution for Clerk Waters to attend the 1-week training since she has refused to do so in all the time that she's been employed. My next one would be the drain bond, the commitment. They have $13.4 million committed for the drain commissioner. And I'd just like to ask the board to use caution to continue to back that up, I think is a reckless. It's just getting out of control, that money. Number 4 here would be to end the work share program. I cannot understand any evidence that you have to support the need for that. As far as I look at it, it appears to be fraud under the government, still having that program work just so they could collect extra money. And I think that's wrong. I know at one time a board member indicated that, I think it was Susie, indicated that there was a need for the county employee to arrange childcare. Well, that's not the county's overall concern. The county, we're concerned about how we use and spend money. And I'd like to know if that's such a big concern of you, do you even know how many have children of that age that would still need childcare? And I don't see why it would even apply now because they're out of school and they should have already arranged for summer childcare. So I think the end of work share program really needs to stop. It's not benefiting the county as a whole, just for maybe 1 or 2 people that have that. So please get to working on that. That's all I have now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. See anybody else out there?
There was.
292.
She put her hand down.
Put her hand down. Okay, hearing no other public comments, final board comment is next. A comment from the board. Hearing none, I move to adjourn.
Mr. Chair?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, just,
Commissioner Lovey, right.
Thank you. Regarding Clerk Waters, Clerk Waters has been doing her job for 12 years. She's highly respected. She's very meticulous, following all the regulations and laws. The fact that she has not attended a training for technical, as I understand it, technical program is not a big deal. I mean, in any job I've ever had, there was an IT department that handled all the technical stuff, and as we have here, and to keep badgering at her and claiming that she's doesn't know how to do her job is just totally unfair to her. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Final board comments? Hearing none, I'm adjourned. We are adjourned.